Hey everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-jitsu. Hope you're doing well. This t-shirt here, it's Hard Luck Garage, and I thought it was pretty cool. I saw this guy, he's out in Choctaw, Oklahoma. He's a veteran who was discharged 100% disabled, but he's not disabled. I mean, it's just the rating that they gave him. And he was a helicopter mechanic, if I'm not mistaken. And what he decided to do was, he could fix stuff. So people that would come to him in that area, not a very wealthy area, might have car trouble, and he would fix it for them with no cost. Basically, just buy the part and he'll come and fix it. So he'll come to you because your car is stuck, right? So he just pack up his truck with his tools and come over to you and diagnose it and fix it. Well, and he won't take any money from you. Anyway, the t-shirts that he has and the hats that he has, the merchandise that he has, his wife drew them up. His wife's an artist and stuff. So here's the back. And this helps them being able to make their ends meet, because since he's not taking any money, but he's spending time to do it, it costs gas and all that kind of stuff, to get over there, and plus his time. And the wife says, hey, you got to find a way to earn some money to make ends meet. So they created the merchandise to buy. So if you guys want to help a good cause, I have nothing to do with it. I just saw them about 2 weeks ago on Mike Rowe's channel, on his Facebook show. I think it's called Returning the Favor. And this gentleman was on there, and I just went and looked for him and found him, and turns out, yeah, let me go buy some merch from you. So if you guys want to help somebody out who could use it, because he's helping a lot of other people, that'd be perfect. So anyway, today's topic. Somebody just asked me a little while ago, do you have a women's program? And we don't. None of our campuses have a women's specific program. And it's not that we haven't tried. Here in Flower Mound, we've tried at least 3 times to do it. And in Irvine, we've tried it at least 3 times to do it. Austin, our brand new campus, we haven't tried it yet. But it's not to say that we won't. But Austin, actually, we've got about 3 or 4 women that are actually signed up. And this is out of like 18 or 20 members. It's a pretty good ratio of women that are signed up there. And I'm not sure if that's an Austin thing or if that's just a timing thing. We just have women that are really ready for it. Here's the thing. In our kids programs, we have half of the kids are girls. The other half are boys. It's a 50-50 split. But what I found, and you know that a lot of my videos by now are done kind of to parallel life experience with jiu-jitsu and jiu-jitsu with life. And the reason is because I want you all to think that training jiu-jitsu is not just something that a small little subset of our population will typically do. It really is for everyone. But at the end of the day, us being a free society, we can choose whatever we want to do. What do they call it? I think they call it egalitarianism, right? And given an egalitarian society, people are going to do what they want to do. So as an example, when you think of even occupations, an electrician. Electricians are generally men. Auto mechanics, generally men. Oil rig workers, generally men. Engineers, generally men. Teachers, generally female. Nurses, generally female. Now, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything. All I'm saying is that if you're given a chance to choose whatever you want, that tends to be the type of choices that humans make, whether they be men or women. Now, if you look at jiu-jitsu, what is our best market for jiu-jitsu? Our best market should be women, because it's all about self-defense. It's all about protecting yourself in many types of situations that do not require strength, or doesn't require as much strength. And whereas, if you're a boxer, you're a female boxer, which is rare too, right? Mostly men will box. But let's say you're very good with your hands, but some big old dude, 6'5", 280, just puts himself on you. If you're not able to get that first hit and first shot in and multiple shots on after, it might be difficult to subdue him, right? If he gets you from behind, what are you going to do, right? All this type of stuff is addressed in jiu-jitsu. But for some reason, we just don't have a lot of jiu-jitsu members. Even as far as interest goes, if you look at our channel, it's 97% men, 3% women, which means that out of 100 people, only 3 of you will be female. Even looking at the classes going on right now, we got 2, 4, 6, 7 people in this class, and Ginny's right there. She's the only female. We've got, out of about 100, maybe about 85 adult members here, I think we've only got 2 women on the roster. 2. We had 3. But that third one just moved out of town. So she's out to South Carolina, and I hope you're doing well, Brandy. It's just not a thing for women, right? It could be life. A lot of times women, they have other priorities in life they got to take care of. Women tend to put other people in front of them. They tend to put their kids and their parents, their in-laws, their husband in front of them, in front of their needs. But they do find time to work out. Right? It's not like women don't work out. A lot of women are doing, cardio kickbox. A lot of women hit the gym, especially the spin classes I've noticed. People still spin. Well, they got that bike that people buy. And yoga's a big one among women. I've gone to some yoga classes, and out of maybe 40 people in the room, there might have only been 5 men, right? I feel kind of weird there going into a yoga class, me myself, although I know the benefits of it and I need it for my flexibility and stuff. I would still feel kind of weird because I see all these women in there, and they walk in, and you walk in, they're like kind of looking at you like you're some kind of oddity, which a man in a yoga class, when I started doing yoga back in 2012 or so, I guess I was kind of an oddity then. So I guess women walking into a jiu-jitsu class and seeing 97 out of 100 people being men, I think they'd think of the women as being an oddity. So larger schools do have women's only classes. Why? If you've got 300-400 students, you're going to have 10, 20 women in there, right? So which makes sense to have a women's class. And, so when you ask me, does Kama Jiu-Jitsu have a women's class? No. I mean, not one specifically geared toward women, because we don't have enough women to do that. Now, we do have Ginny, you've seen the other video that we just dropped on her just a little while ago. She's a person that I have been specifically grooming to teach a women's class. Now, twice, we did set up a class that Ginny would head. Well, in the first week or 2 weeks, half the people who came in are gone. By the end of 30 days, they're all gone. And she's back to teaching the men, which she doesn't have a problem with, but I just think it'd be perfect for a woman to be able to teach women, because here's a woman who's been able to make things work, and she's going through the process of dealing with everybody who's larger than her. So she can, if anybody can show a woman how to do stuff, it should be somebody like Ginny. When Kawan Gracie came into town, we did a video on her too. She and Ginny are about the same size. Well, that was the first good training partner Ginny has ever had that is a female her size. Right? And Ginny's been training 5 years now with me. So just kind of goes to show how rare it is for women to find good training partners. But I have to kind of acknowledge that, guys grappling, it's kind of a guy thing. I mean, it's not something that, that men should do and women shouldn't. It's just that guys gravitate toward it. Women gravitate away from it. They tend to gravitate toward yoga, like I said earlier, CrossFit, cardio kickbox, spin. Basically a lot of activities where there's no real contact, right? Where they're not touching somebody. They're not having somebody smash them and grapple them and sweat on them, because that, I can see where they might think it's kind of gross. It takes a different type of woman to, number one, like to do that, right? Just like it takes a different type of woman to want to be in, say, the Army Rangers, right? I don't know, are there any women in the Army Rangers? I know there was one who got Ranger tabbed, but it's a rare occurrence. And it's just rare. Firemen, what's a firewoman? I don't know. I've always learned fireman, right? Yeah, I don't know. So you've got only a small group of the total fireman population that are women. Even though they're trying to get more women in there. So what do? They lower some of the standards, for better or for worse. Some of the physical standards. Same thing for police officers, same thing for military, for combat, stuff like that. But it's in a way to kind of diversify the population some, to try to make it more match what the regular population is. But for the most part, you can't get women to do jiu-jitsu. Even if I were to, try to make it more enticing. I have a female instructor, or would do a women's only class and all that, and it's just not their thing. So I've kind of come to grips with that. as much as I want to help women, right? So those 3 women that are listening to watching this video right now, and if you're in our area, or if you're not, go to a jiu-jitsu school and learn this, because you need to learn this, because women are more often victims than men are. So it's very important that women. So for our kids program, to me, it's very important I get them learning this, because by the time they get out of high school and off to college, then they probably won't be back on the mats ever again. But hopefully in the 5 to 10 years that I might have them, they're able to develop those instincts and the feel for what self-defense feels like. And maybe I can find one of them who has a passion for it and continues on, right? Even with my own daughter, I'm having a hard time with it. She does train, but it's not as if she does it willingly, or proactively rather. She does it willingly, but not proactively. If I were to tell her, if I were to pick her up from school and then just drive straight home, she might say, are we going to jiu-jitsu? But she's not saying, are we going to jiu-jitsu because I want to go to jiu-jitsu? She's saying, are we going to go to jiu-jitsu? And I say no, and in her mind, she's thinking, yes, right? She's 14, she's almost 15 years old. So that's why I have Ginny working with her. Ginny's been teaching her, and in addition to me. But I'm trying to create that sort of love for the art that Ginny has with my daughter by giving her a female influencer. So for those of you who are school owners, let me know your thoughts on this, because I know that a lot of you do have a women's program. You like me know that women need to know this, and you're doing your best to try to have women learn this. And I'd love to have women learn this. I just need to know what it would take for them to come in here and spend some time doing this. But like I said, if I don't have anyone come in, I know in my mind, because it's just not an activity that women tend to like to do. And I have to be okay with that. But women who are here, I would love to teach you. Anyway, like I said, if you got any thoughts, go and post below. I want to thank you guys for sharing our videos and for liking the channel and liking the video and subscribing and all that. That helps us to get the word out to more and more people. And as this channel has evolved, I've been told by many people that this has helped you in many ways with the topics and the content that we do put on here. You can get your technical videos anywhere you want. YouTube has them all over. Some people ask why we don't do them. Everybody else does them, right? But if you want the stuff that we do, then Dave Kama does do videos on Patreon. We do have a Patreon channel. You can hit that link and you can go and subscribe on that. You have to subscribe brown belt or black belt level in order to receive any of those types of videos. And other than that, we've got some links for products. Go ahead and purchase some. And like I said, Hard Luck Garage, go and visit them and do the guy a favor and buy him a shirt and help those other people that are in need. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Take care. Happy training. Bye-bye now.